It's hard to ignore the world's pain. You see it on the news. You might feel it in your own neighborhood. Maybe you know someone treated unfairly. Maybe you've been treated unfairly yourself. Injustice is real. It's heavy. It makes you wonder. It makes you hurt. And it makes you ask, what are we supposed to do about it? For people who follow Jesus, this question is especially important. We believe in a God who cares deeply about right and wrong, about how people are treated. So, what does that mean for us when we see things that are clearly not right? How should a Christian respond to all the social injustice out there? The Bible gives us clear guidance. It's not vague, it's very direct. One of the clearest instructions comes from the old prophet Micah. He asked a question a long time ago, a question that still hits hard today, and what does the Lord require of you? Then he gave the answer. It's found in Micah chapter 6, verse 8. He said, God requires us to act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. That short sentence packs a punch. It's not just a nice idea, it's a command. It's a way of life. Let's think about what each part means for us right now. It means a lot more than just being a good person. It's about being an active part of God's plan for the world. First, we need to understand what social injustice is. It's not just when one person does something mean to another. That's bad, of course. But, social injustice goes deeper. It's when whole systems, structures, or ways of doing things in society lead to unfairness. It's when certain groups of people are regularly disadvantaged. It's when their basic rights are denied. It's when they are kept from having what they need to live a full life just because of who they are or where they come from. Think about it. Poverty that traps generations of families, not because they are lazy, but because of bad schools, unfair job markets, or predatory lending. Discrimination based on skin color, gender, religion, or background that closes doors to opportunities. Lack of access to good health care or clean water for some, while others have plenty. These are social injustices. They are deeply rooted, they are complex, and they hurt a lot of people. They go against everything God stands for. God cares about these things. The Bible is full of stories where God takes the side of the poor, the oppressed, the widow, the orphan, the stranger. He consistently tells his people to treat these vulnerable ones with special care and fairness. Why? Because he is a just God. He is a merciful God. His character demands justice and compassion for all people, especially those who can't fight for themselves. When we see injustice, it should break our hearts, just like it breaks his. So, let's break down Micah chapter 6, verse 8. It gives us 3 parts. They are connected. You can't really do one without the others. They work together. The first part is to act justly. This is more than just avoiding injustice. It's an active command. It means doing things to make things right. It means standing up for what is fair. It means challenging things that are unfair. Think about what acting justly really looks like. It means seeing a wrong and not just shaking your head, but doing something about it. It might mean speaking up when someone tells a racist joke. It might mean refusing to participate in gossip that hurts someone's reputation. But it also goes much bigger. It means looking at the systems around us. It means asking questions. Why are some neighborhoods so poor? Why do some people have so much trouble getting by? Acting justly means caring about fair laws. It means supporting policies that help everyone, not just a few. It means making sure people have access to what they need to thrive. This could mean advocating for better education for all children. It could mean pushing for fair wages so people can feed their families. It could mean working to ensure everyone has the same rights and opportunities, no matter their background. It's about more than charity. Charity is important, and we'll get to mercy in a moment. But justice aims to fix the root problem. If a river is polluted, charity might involve giving out clean water bottles. Justice involves cleaning up the river itself, making sure the pollution stops. It's about fixing what's broken in the system so that people don't need charity in the first place for basic human needs. Acting justly also means being honest in our own lives. It means being fair in our work, in our business dealings. It means not taking advantage of others. It means paying fair wages if we employ people. It means buying goods made ethically, not supporting systems that exploit workers somewhere else in the world. It's a constant self-check. Are we contributing to injustice, even unknowingly? Are we benefiting from unfair systems? These are hard questions, but they are necessary. Being just also means being informed. We can't act justly if we don't understand the problems. We need to listen to those who are experiencing injustice. We need to read. We need to learn. We need to understand the history and the causes of social problems. It's not enough to have good intentions. We need to have good information. And then we need to apply what we learn. This often means getting uncomfortable. Speaking truth to power is never easy. Challenging the status quo can be lonely. But it's what God asks. It's what prophets throughout history have done. It's what Jesus did. He stood up for the marginalized. He called out the hypocrisy of those in power. He sought justice for the forgotten. And so should we. The second part is to love mercy. This is often misunderstood. It's not just about feeling sorry for someone. It's a deep, active compassion. The Hebrew word for mercy, hesed, is a powerful one. It means loyal love, steadfast kindness, active goodness. It's a commitment to someone's well-being, especially when they are vulnerable. Loving mercy means more than just a passing feeling. It means opening our hearts to the pain of others. It means feeling their suffering. It means wanting to relieve it. It's empathy in action. It's putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and then doing something about what we feel and see. What does loving mercy look like in practice? It means reaching out to the lonely. It means comforting those who grieve. It means visiting the sick. It means feeding the hungry and clothing the naked. These are the things Jesus talked about when he described what it means to be his follower. He said, "Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." The mercy often involves giving. Giving our time, giving our resources, giving our attention. It might mean volunteering at a food bank. It might mean donating to a shelter. It might mean simply sitting with someone who is struggling and truly listening to them without judgment. It's about sharing what we have with those who have less. Mercy is also about forgiveness, both giving and receiving it. It's about having grace for others, knowing that we all fall short. It's about recognizing the humanity in everyone, even those we disagree with, even those who have wronged us. This doesn't mean excusing injustice, but it means approaching people with a heart of compassion, always hoping for restoration and healing. As mercy and justice work together, justice identifies and corrects the wrong. Mercy cares for the wounds caused by the wrong. If someone has been unfairly treated, justice demands that the system be fixed. Mercy demands that we also care for the person who suffered because of that unfair treatment. You need both. Justice without mercy can be cold and harsh. Mercy without justice can be superficial and not address the root problem. They are two sides of the same coin of God's character. And the third part of Micah chapter 6, verse 8, is to walk humbly with your God. This might seem a bit different from acting justly and loving mercy, but it's actually the foundation for both. It's the source of our strength, our wisdom, and our motivation. Walking humbly with God means recognizing that we are not God. We don't have all the answers. We don't have all the power. We are his servant. We rely on him. It means acknowledging our own limitations. It means being aware of our own biases. It means admitting when we are wrong. This humility keeps us from becoming arrogant in our pursuit of justice. It keeps us from thinking we know best, or that our way is the only way. It prevents us from falling into self-righteousness, where we look down on others who aren't doing as much, or who see things differently. True humility means we understand that any good we do comes from God, through us. It's not our own glory. Walking humbly with God also means spending time with him. It means praying. It means listening. It means seeking his guidance in all things. How can we know what justice truly means, or how to show true mercy, if we are not connected to the source of all justice and mercy? Prayer is not an escape from action. It's a fuel for action. It helps us discern. It gives us strength when we feel weak or overwhelmed. It also keeps us from burnout. Working for justice and mercy can be exhausting. The problems are huge. The changes are often slow. It's easy to get discouraged, but when we walk humbly with God, we remember that the ultimate victory belongs to him. We are his hands and feet, but he is the one who ultimately brings about his kingdom. This dependence frees us from the burden of having to fix everything ourselves. It allows us to participate joyfully, even in the midst of hardship. Humility reminds us that we are part of something much bigger than ourselves. We are part of God's ongoing work in the world. Our efforts, however small, contribute to his grand plan. It also means being open to learning from others, even from those who don't share our faith. God's truth and goodness can be found in many places. A humble heart is open to seeing it wherever it appears. So, these three commands act: justly, love mercy, walk humbly with your God. They are not separate. They are interwoven. You can't truly act justly if you don't have a heart of mercy. If you only focus on rules and punishment without compassion, you risk becoming harsh and unloving. And you can't truly love mercy if you ignore the root causes of suffering, which justice seeks to address. If you only offer handouts without challenging unfair systems, you might only put a band-aid on a gaping wound. And you can't do either effectively, or for the long haul, without that deep, humble connection to God. Without him, our efforts quickly become about us, our ego, or our despair. Think about Jesus. He perfectly embodied these three things. He constantly acted justly. He challenged the religious leaders who burdened people with rules but neglected love. He spoke truth to power. He called out exploitation. He overturned tables in the temple when it became a den of thieves. He advocated for the poor and marginalized. He restored dignity to those cast aside by society. And he loved mercy. He healed the sick. He fed the hungry. He touched the untouchable. He forgave sins. He wept over Jerusalem. He showed compassion to prostitutes and tax collectors, people society despised. His heart broke for suffering. His entire ministry was an act of profound mercy, culminating in his sacrifice on the cross. And through it all, he walked humbly with his God. He constantly went to quiet places to pray. He sought his Father's will, not his own. He consistently gave credit to God for the miracles he performed. He taught his disciples to rely on God, to trust in his providence. His life was a living example of absolute dependence on the Father. He showed us that true power comes from surrender and humility. The Bible is full of examples like this. The prophets like Amos and Isaiah thundered against social injustice, calling Israel back to God's standard of fairness and compassion for the poor. Moses led a people out of slavery, a massive act of justice. The early church, as described in Acts, shared their resources, cared for widows, and made sure no one among them was in need, a powerful display of both justice and mercy, rooted in their shared faith and humble walk with God. Of course, this is hard. It's not easy work. It will challenge us. It will make us uncomfortable. It might even cost us something. We might face misunderstanding from others, even from within our own church communities. People might think we are being too political or not spiritual enough or too focused on this world. But the call of Micah chapter 6, verse 8, doesn't give us an option to ignore these things. It says, "What does the Lord require of you?" It's a personal requirement. There's also a tension between personal responsibility and systemic change. Some problems are clearly individual choices. Others are deeply embedded in how our society is structured. A Christian response needs to address both. We can't just tell individuals to work harder if the system is rigged against them. And we can't just blame the system without also encouraging individual growth and responsibility. It's a complex dance. We also have to be careful not to fall into self-righteousness. When we try to act justly and love mercy, it's easy to start feeling superior to others. We might become critical and judgmental, but walking humbly with God reminds us that we too are broken. We too need grace. We too fall short. Our efforts should always be bathed in humility and a spirit of grace, not pride. We are called to be servants, not judges. And we shouldn't expect immediate results. Social change takes time. It's often 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We are planting seeds. We are doing our part. The ultimate harvest is in God's hands. This is where humility and faith are so crucial. We do the work and we trust God with the outcome. So, what does this look like for us right now, today? How do we start? It starts small. It starts where you are. Don't wait for some grand opportunity. Look at your own life. Look at your own sphere of influence. First, educate yourself. Pick an issue you care about or one that's affecting your community. Learn about it. Don't just get headlines. Dig deeper. Understand the history, the causes, the different perspectives. Talk to people who are directly affected by the injustice. Listen to their stories. Their experiences are invaluable. Then, act in your own life. Are your consumer choices supporting injustice? Can you choose to buy products made ethically? Can you support businesses that treat their workers well? Can you be fair in your own workplace? Can you speak up in your social circles when you hear something unjust? Get involved in your local community. Look for local organizations already working for justice and mercy. Your church might have programs. There might be food banks, homeless shelters, mentoring programs, or advocacy groups. Volunteer your time. Donate your resources. Lend your skills. Even small actions add up. Speak up. Use your voice. Write letters to elected officials. Participate in peaceful protests or rallies if you feel led. Vote with conscience, considering how candidates and policies will affect the most vulnerable. Being a Christian citizen means being engaged in the good of your society. Pray, seriously. Don't underestimate the power of prayer. Pray for justice to prevail. Pray for mercy to be shown. Pray for those who are suffering. Pray for leaders to make wise and fair decisions. Pray for your own heart to be transformed so you can truly act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with God. Examine your own heart. Where are your blind spots? Where might you unintentionally be contributing to injustice? This can be painful, but it's necessary for growth. Confess, repent, seek to change. Support your church's efforts. Many churches are actively involved in social justice and mercy ministries. Get on board. If your church isn't, maybe you can be part of starting something. Remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about being faithful. It's about a direction. It's about a journey. We will stumble, we will make mistakes. But God's grace is sufficient. He calls us to keep trying, to keep moving forward, always leaning on Him. Ultimately, the Christian response to social injustice, guided by Micah chapter 6, verse 8, is a call to holistic living. Now, it's not just about what we believe, but how we live. It's about seeing the world through God's eyes, feeling His heart for the broken, and then acting with courage, compassion, and humility. It's what it means to truly follow Jesus. He came to bring good news to the poor, to proclaim freedom for the prisoners, to give sight to the blind, to set the oppressed free. He gave us a model. He gave us the Holy Spirit to empower us. He gave us each other, the church, to work together. So, when you see injustice, don't just turn away. Don't just feel helpless. Remember Micah chapter 6, verse 8. Remember God's clear instruction. Act justly, love mercy. Walk humbly with your God. This is what He requires. This is what is good. This is our calling. It's a call to bring glimpses of God's coming kingdom to a world that desperately needs it. It's a lifelong commitment, and it's a commitment worth making.